Once upon a time, in the small town of Sunnyvale, there was a little girl named Nina. Nina was sweet and kind, with big brown eyes and a smile that made everyone around her feel happy. But Nina had a little secret. She was very, very shy. Nina loved music and had a beautiful singing voice, but she was too scared to let anyone hear her sing. Whenever she was alone in her room, she'd sing to her stuffed animals, and they were her best audience. Her teddy, Mr. Fluffy, always clapped his soft paws together at the end of each song. One day, Nina's school announced there would be a big talent show. "It's a chance for everyone to share what they love to do," said Miss Lucy, her teacher. All the kids were buzzing with excitement. Some planned to dance, some wanted to show their art, and a few were going to tell funny jokes. Nina's friend Mia nudged her and said, "Nina, you should sing. You have the best voice in our class." Nina blushed and shook her head. "Oh no, no, no. I can't sing in front of everyone. I get too nervous." That evening, as Nina walked home, she thought about the talent show. She wanted to sing on stage, but every time she imagined it, her tummy did a nervous flip. When she got home, she went straight to her room, closed the door, and sang to Mr. Fluffy. "What do you think, Fluffy? Could I ever be brave enough to sing on stage?" Just then, her mother peeked in. "Nina, I heard you singing. You have such a beautiful voice. Why don't you let everyone hear it?" Nina shook her head. "What if I forget the words? Or what if they don't like my song?" Her mom gave her a gentle hug. "You know, everyone feels a little nervous sometimes. The trick is to remember why you love to sing. If it makes you happy, then share it with others. They might feel happy too." Nina thought about her mum's words. She didn't have to be perfect. She just had to share her love of singing. The next day, Nina decided to go to the school music room. During lunch, she stood on the stage and imagined the audience full of people. "Just pretend they're your stuffed animals," she whispered to herself. She took a deep breath and started to sing softly. As she sang, her voice grew louder and more confident. Unbeknownst to her, Miss Lucy had come into the room and heard her. After Nina finished, Miss Lucy clapped and said, "That was wonderful, Nina. I'm so proud of you for practicing." Nina blushed again, but felt a tiny spark of bravery. She realized it hadn't been as scary as she thought. Miss Lucy smiled warmly and said, "Nina, if you practice a little each day, you might feel even more confident by the time of the talent show." Nina nodded. She could do this. For the next week, she practiced every day, sometimes singing for her mom, her dad, and even her little brother, who clapped his chubby hands with glee. Each time she sang, her confidence grew a little bit more. Finally, the big day arrived. Nina wore her favorite blue dress, and her mom braided her hair with a little ribbon. Backstage, she felt her tummy flutter, but she remembered to breathe and told herself, "It's just like singing for Mr. Fluffy." When her name was called, Nina took a deep breath and walked out onto the stage. The lights were bright and the audience seemed big, but Nina focused on the joy in her heart. She thought of how happy singing made her, and that was all she needed. She started to sing, her voice soft at first, but it grew stronger and clearer with every note. The audience listened intently, captivated by her beautiful voice. As she finished, they erupted into applause. Nina couldn't believe it. They loved her singing. Nina beamed with happiness and waved shyly. As she walked off stage, she felt so proud of herself. Her mom and dad were waiting for her with big hugs, and her friends cheered for her. From that day on, Nina wasn't afraid to let her voice be heard. She still got a little nervous sometimes, but she remembered how good it felt to share her talent with others. And whenever she sang, she felt a warm glow of confidence. Nina learned that being brave didn't mean not being scared. It meant doing what you loved, even when you felt a little bit shy. And she also realized that sometimes all you need to find your voice is to believe in yourself.